computer. Hi, I'm Mel Dorr, the Aloha Shirt Psychic, and I am so excited to be back. Gary and I just got back from a trip, and I've got Linda G in the house to welcome me back.
Thank you.
And
Barely making it, you guys. I didn't get home till 1 o'clock.
she was out partying with Paul McCartney last
Paul
night.
McCartney did a 3-hour set. I was VIP. They fed us this delicious vegetarian food. And, you know, we did sound check and I was front row. There was nobody in front of me. Everybody was dancing, but you know, my hip goes out. So I have a real hard time with that. But I gotta tell you, he really put on a show. 80 years old, he'll be in June.
Wow.
And he's in better shape than me, that's for sure.
Well, I've got a better show that's I'm going to go see coming up on May 18th, and that's Linda Grindel in Sedona.
Oh, yes. I'm like, really? What is it? What is it? Because I'm doing Boss Gags the end of this month. We're doing Kenny Loggins.
I just got back from Sedona.
I know. And there's a favorite restaurant, you guys, we have out there, this pizza place. Oh my God. It's
That's in
I'm looking
Cottonwood.
forward to that more than anything.
That's in
So-
Cottonwood.
So I get this text from Mel. Oh my God, we just passed the place, but we're in the bus. I could see his face up against the bus. Please, please.
I'm going like, can we just go to this pizza place in Cottonwood?
We're gonna, all the teachers, I'm driving, well, actually my nephew, he's driving. And we're gonna go there and just chow down before we get to, before we get into Sedona. Then we stop off at Walmart and get whatever we need for our room.
That's right. Not to mention the Bloody Marys.
I didn't have one, but my sister and you, I think, really. liked
Oh,
it.
I had two. They were amazing.
Yeah,
I think it's called Cafe Bacci or something. It's amazing. That pizza.
yeah, it's got to be the best pizza ever.
Yeah, that was but we stayed in West Sedona. But you know, even after going to Mago, I'll tell you a story. We went into like Sedona, and it's not that big, believe it or not.
No, no.
But Gary and I were walking around, and I saw this little storefront that said Mago. So I went in and I said, "Are you guys affiliated with the Mago retreat?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness, I'll be there in 2 weeks with Linda Grindel." And so they know Keith and all of that. So
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's great. And then we have great news coming for this time next year. I've already got the dates for next year. We'll take more people, but we're going to have more teachers.
Oh, for Mago.
Yeah.
What are the dates?
Oh, you don't know them? I thought I let you know already. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Uno momento, por favor. But they're not coming up for sale until after this.
No, not yet.
We're not raising the rate either, by the way, for next year. Because Mago's not, so. But you're gonna have more for your buck, that's for sure. It looks like Sedona is going to be Thursday, May 18th through Sunday, May 21st of 2023.
Perfect.
But listen, your date would be May 17th because we always fly in the day before.
Correct. All righty. So I've got it. I've duly noted.
And then we're going to Catskills
Yes, in September.
in September. Never been there. The guy from Mago knows this. He runs it and he says it's a really good place. It's different than, it's more luxurious, I guess. They don't allow alcohol in Sedona, but there's a bar at the other place. And they said that's where everybody's going to be hanging at the bar.
And at some point next year, you and I will be doing something here in Chicago too. So,
Mhm.
okay.
We're gonna have not YouTube. You got indoor, outdoor pools at Catskills. And I heard it's beautiful up there. So we'll check it out.
We'll go. We'll find out. It'll be a little different in Chicago. I've got Gary working on it too.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm making that a trip. So as soon as you know, you got to let me know because I want to go to Lincoln's side. I want to go to Ulysses Grant. I want to go, and Deb and her son want to go to see the big statue in Dakota. The one of, is it elk? It's bigger than the president's, the
In
one
Chicago?
that Trump thought he would be in, the faces of the presidents.
Oh, you go you're talking about Dakota, right?
Yeah,
I can't, Mount Rushmore.
yeah, but no, there's another statue that the natives did on their land, so that governor couldn't say, you can't do this. That stands, it's supposed to be huge.
Wow. Well, when you come to Chicago, come early, obviously, and I'll take you around and show you the city.
Okay, sure.
There's a lot of great museums here. Great museum.
Yeah, I remember years ago being in Chicago at that one you were talking about.
Museum of Science and Industry. I volunteered there. It's really
Oh.
cool. All right.
Okay.
Well, here we're visiting.
Enough about us. What do you think of me?
What do I think of you?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm envious of anybody that goes to Paul McCartney concert and eats macaroni and cheese.
I'll tell you, he's 80 years old, but he's managing it. I'll tell you, he's better shape than me, that's for sure.
You're in pretty good shape.
Of course, you know, I had my usual thing. They walk you to where they sell the stuff, because before everybody loaded in, we were there early.
Wow.
And first thing I said is, y'all got shirts and a potato? And they're like, huh? I said, never mind. Okay, fine. I'll take an extra large. This happens everywhere I go. They're looking at me.
Yeah, this is the petite too. Also,
This petite. I always do that when I go to those. Y'all got something in a petite? And they're looking at me, you know, probably thinking she's buying it for her baby
they're
girl
like,
or something.
for whom? All right. Okay. Are we ready?
Yes, we're ready.
All righty. Let me just get these in order here. It's nice to be back, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. It's nice for me to get back last night. I was almost thinking, am I going to have to tell Mel I can't do it today? But I took my shower and started rallying. And I thought, no, I'm good.
We were in a Badwater Basin in Death Valley, lowest point below sea level in North America. And this was at the end of April. And that afternoon, it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The temperature was 101.
Yeah.
But it's strangely beautiful out there. I'd never been to Death Valley. It's like, wow.
I took my boys there. They wanted to go and we went out there.
It's in the middle of nowhere. And Death Valley National Park is huge. It's over a couple hundred miles.
Yeah. And there's a lot of historical sites you can go. There was one place that had the choo-choo train I really liked.
Yeah, we did. And the one place we went, was that in California, I think, where they had the Japanese interred.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was really
My son more is in geological. He's more into what made this and what made that. And my favorite part was we went into Las Vegas and I got to eat at that famous chef's place. He has a place up there. Gavin, starts with a G. Anyway, I finally got to try his food. And my boys at the time were vegetarian and the chef made them a special vegetarian dish just for them. And it was excellent.
wow.
Me, I got the meat that wrapped in a puff. It's an English dish.
Oh,
What do you
yeah,
call
yeah.
it?
Beef Wellington or something. No, but it's, you know, in Death Valley, the hotel we stayed, you go like outside. I mean, that's like an oasis kind of, because it's irrigated. You go outside of that hotel,
Yeah.
it's nothing but rock. I mean, it's very dangerous in the summer. In fact, one of those hotels closes in the summer and they tell people to stay.
Yeah, because I heard, you know, your tires will blow out and there's no cell.
There's no cell phone reception at all. And in the summer, the temperature can get to be 130 degrees. There's a place out there called Furnace Creek, and now I know why they call it that.
Yeah. I know Phoenix can get hot. It was like 118 degrees the very first time I flew into Phoenix. It was like somebody hit me with a hot air.
It's like standing in front of an oven.
And we took the shuttle to go to get the car, and he was blasting the air in the shuttle, and it still was burning up.
Yeah, it was warm, but then we went to the Grand Canyon and we did some train rides, and then the Verde Canyon was really cool. It was a train ride, and it was just
I'll have to go to the Grand Canyon. Everybody likes that. I've never been.
it's really beautiful.
I heard it's more spectacular in person.
It really is gorgeous. Gary's company gave us a free trip, so how are you gonna say no? And
Hell yeah.
anyway, all righty. So, okay. Let me take a look here. A lot of people are wanting to know about Roe v. Wade. That's
Yes.
the question of the day. And I haven't watched YouTube for a while, so I have
So
to.
you don't know what my opinion's been?
I haven't. No, I don't know anything. I'm coming in fresh.
Okay. Okay.
So that might be good.
So a lot of people are saying that draft was released by Jenny Thomas. But I felt it was more Breyer. I felt Breyer's leaving, and somebody, he didn't release it. He wasn't into that. But somebody within Breyer's realm said, hey, we're leaving this ship. Let's go ahead and let people know what they're busy working at.
I do think it was one of the assistants to one of the an assistant to the assistant or something like that.
Right.
Justices, but I think you're right. I think it's more out of Breyer's camp.
But I just don't see it's the Republicans working against themselves. I didn't see that, because that's not like, hey, everybody, look at this, because 70% of this nation wants to keep Roe versus Wade.
Correct.
It'd be like releasing, hey, guess what? We're removing Social Security. It would cause as much damage as this is causing, because what my guy said to me, they're handing the Democrats the midterms on a silver platter.
Well, it might, when you and I had talked when I first got home, if they do overturn Roe v. Wade, and I want to talk about that a little bit, you're right, they've awakened a sleeping giant. Unfortunately, a lot of times people care more about the financial issues as opposed to the social issues. But this Roe v. Wade is so huge. And I've got a feeling they'll kick it back to the states.
You
And
do? Okay.
and that's almost like saying it's overturned. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. And if I am, I'll apologize.
I feel like somebody, one of the justices would change their mind.
That's
That's
correct.
my deal. Okay, so you and I agree to disagree.
Well,
I
no,
felt like-
I am thinking that one of the justices will change their minds.
Okay.
That I do.
Which means they don't get in. And the other thing today, they were saying, Justice Breyer can say, no, you know what, I'm not retiring. And they can't remove her. She's in.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just food for thought.
You know,
But I was feeling when this first came out and that they were planning on this, like they just cut their throat, nose to spite their face. It just feels, it's stupid move. I mean, they want to go on. They want to make IUDs for murder. They're going to say it's murder. They want to outlaw condoms. I mean, these are white men just ruining women again.
it's white men ruining everything.
But you know, there's so many good white men too.
I'm not saying that there's bad white men.
There's so many guys that are writing me saying, Linda, this is bull.
It is bull.
This is terrible. Because they and here financially, you want to talk about finances. Forcing a woman to give birth to a child that she may not even be able to afford, but her job is going to have to take care of that kid and cover that kid too. There's all kinds of things happen with pregnancies. And then who's going to finance the child?
That it opens up a whole panacea of BS.
Right.
You know, I don't think all old white men are bad, no. But what this is, it's a group of old white, supposedly ultra conservative men doing this because they want to play to the Christian base, and it's BS.
But yet they pay for abortions for their mistresses.
That's right. That is correct. They worry about, publicly they talk about, oh, let's protect an unborn child. But yet they let people die because of their anti-vax, anti-mask mandates. Furthermore, you're right. Who's going to take care of that child when it's born? You know, I was on the board of directors for an adoption agency, and I have seen what happens to a lot of those kids that get forced through the false.
I read a lot of them.
Oh my God.
Damaged for life.
It's horrible. And so, you know, the other part of it is a lot of those old white fascist Republican men, you know, they don't want businesses to have to pay for insurance or take care of the kids or this or that.
No.
So they want a kid to be born But what's going to happen to the kid? These are
Yeah.
the same people who are talking about right to life, who took kids away from their parents at the border.
Yeah.
So the
It's it's actually like a bad dream. You just don't believe that they would have the gonads to do that.
oh, the hypocrisy gets me crazy. But you go ahead. I'm sorry.
It doesn't make any sense, but I did feel, now listen, there may be a cut down on the weeks. Okay. It might be 15 weeks. And I do feel women are going to be more, this will wake women up too, because abortion shouldn't be used as a term of birth control. I think rape and incest, I think, 7 kids already. Dear God, I didn't realize I was pregnant, that kind of stuff. But, they were talking on the news about this one woman who had already had 3 abortions. Well, why did you have 3 abortions? I mean, it's her thing. She could do that. But, women need to take care of themselves and stop listening to the guy.
It just goes to show why we should have better Planned Parenthood.
Better education.
Correct. And be able to talk about that in the school systems rather than people like the Satan saying, you can't say gay, they're burning books, they're doing that. It's not realistic what they're doing. It's horrible for women's health. I'll bet you any amount of money if somebody came up and said, okay, if this guy has gotten X amount of women pregnant, then he's going to be forced to have a vasectomy. How much you want to bet that things would change?
Well, they were saying if men could get pregnant, there'd be abortion clinics in every Jack in the Box drive-through.
Oh, honey, if men could get pregnant, there'd be an abortion clinic on every street corner.
But they're saying, if you're going to punish the woman, you got to punish the man too.
I agree. I totally agree. I mean, it's not the woman's fault that she got pregnant.
Right.
I mean, the man should stop
dipping. But I
dipping.
definitely feel that in the future, it won't be as invasive. It'll be like a pill you can take.
That's what
which they're already trying to outlaw. And they're telling women have to have pregnancy tests before they can leave the state. That's downright communism.
I don't see how that could hold up.
Even the Supreme Court couldn't hold that up. That's making someone basically a prisoner.
Well, what I think, maybe what I was picking up on was kicking it back to the states. Maybe that's what they were talking about. But now that it's leaked, another justice would change their mind so they don't overturn it.
Yeah.
If they do overturn it, what I think is at some point, I see justices being impeached. At some point, I see different justices coming on the court. And I also see if they try to overturn it at some point, it would be reinstated anyway. And these draconian laws they're coming up with in the states, my guides are telling me at some point will not hold up.
Yeah.
For a while.
It really makes these places, they need to give women some better help, some education.
Correct.
Just even if you have to have one, then you just make sure, you take care of yourself. Because men just really, sometimes they don't care.
And the other thing is, with women's rights, now they're already going after LGBTQ.
They said that's next.
They're picking on it already with the trans.
Yeah, Ron Johnson is biting at the bit for Social Security and Medicare. I mean, remember when they tried to remove Obamacare and even Bill Barr told Trump, what the hell are you doing trying to remove Obamacare during a pandemic?
That's right.
And it was Justice Roberts who said no.
Well, my guides,
because there was nothing for millions and millions of people.
My guides tell me that some of those justices will have to go through impeachment hearings.
Really? Okay. That's very hard to do, but
I know.
I know with Kavanaugh, they were going to find out some money,
and they're going to find out something else about Clarence Thomas too.
Okay.
I see him off the court. I've always seen Kavanaugh.
Oh, he made a statement about we need to get over it. Women need to get over it. Hey, don't worry. Pretty soon they're going to say it's illegal to marry interracially.
The next they're going to come after LGBTQ. They're chipping away at it already. So that brings up another question, and it's my question: do you see gay marriage being overturned?
No. Nope.
Okay, good.
I see them trying, but no.
Because if they do that, then they could do the same thing with interracial marriages and everything.
exactly.
It's crazy what's going
It's
on.
just terrible. We no sooner we're just trying to get through this Ukraine thing and then this nonsense comes up. And
Uh,
yeah, the economy sucks right now and there's the Dow Jones is dropping, but that's not the economy. But, and it was $6. I got gas yesterday. It was over $6 for gas. And I see people blaming Biden, but it will turn around within the next couple of months is what I'm getting. Well, how about you?
that's what I pick up too, you know, and I think before the midterms, there's going to be a stimulus check. So that's good.
Yeah.
Uh, you know,
And also his numbers are going up.
they are.
Yeah.
You know, I think this Ukraine thing is uniting a lot of people. And by the way, nothing's going to happen today, May the 9th, the big Russian, whatever they were going to do.
No, they had no big announcement.
There was no big announcement. And I see Ukraine will take back over Mariupol at some point. And the Ukrainians will not give up. So I see Ukraine at some point winning that war. I see Putin gone.
Good, good.
You know, gas prices, there's questions here today about that. And I have said a million times, I would pay $100 a gallon for gasoline, rather than put 1 penny of Putin's Moscow mud in my gas.
I know. It's not even about Putin, by the way.
I know
it's about the
it's
oil places. Saudi wants the prices to go up to try to ruin our economy.
That's right.
And, you know, but there's a lot of people can't afford it. No, that's the problem.
That's the problem. And I think what else is going to happen is that there's going to be legislation passed to stop this price gouging.
That's what Senator and that Katie gal, that real good gal with the drawing board, she's saying this needs to stop, that these places are making money hand over foot. Governor Newsom is releasing checks to people registered with the DMV to supplement for the gas. They're saying that might not get through till September, October, but at least something's coming.
And I see some help coming for people like to help buy electric vehicles to make them cheaper and things like that. So,
yeah, they're still having problems, even at places to get your car fixed. They just don't have the stuff. But this is gouging. This is over the top. They're trying to make a, but you know, people out here, you know, the roads were pretty busy because it was Mother's Day. But
right.
It's not as bad as it used to be. So I think people are just not traveling.
Well, the travel industry is coming back, but it's more like group travel.
Okay.
You know, we went to a restaurant last night, you know, and during COVID, that restaurant barely survived. But I thought, well, so my intuition told me call for a reservation, and I didn't. So when we got there, I've known the owner for years, and Andrew said, well, I got a full house. There's nothing I can do. And I said, I am so happy that your restaurant is packed. It was packed. So he made room for us at the bar. So we ate at the bar.
Wait, this was yesterday?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, it was Mother's Day.
Well, I know that, but typically, you know, during COVID, that was one of the restaurants that was able to stay open, but just barely. And so, you know, whenever we go there during COVID, when things opened up again, there were just no people. And yesterday it was packed. So it was a pleasure to see that he had because he's a nice man.
Yeah.
And I'm glad his business made it. So I think this supply chain shortage will be gone in a couple months. Well, won't be gone, but it'll start to get a lot better.
Yeah.
And you know, the economy is good. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
There's 2 jobs for every 1 person.
Correct. And you know, look what Biden inherited. He inherited a pandemic. He invited a mess that Trump left behind. I mean, and now
he's got the deficit down big time.
Correct. And now he's dealing with Ukraine. I mean, the man is, I think he's doing a really good job.
I do too. And if he goes on holidays just to his home in Delaware or whatever, he's not taking all the FBI and stuff, making them pay top dollar, $5 bottle for water to go to his golf places.
He's not on the golf course at Mar-a-Lago or wherever. That's for sure.
That's what he did. And it was like $400,000 a shot. So.
I know. But anyway, okay. So Jennifer Cooper asked, will Sarah Huckabee Sanders be elected to be Arkansas's governor? She has lots of support.
She does?
That's what this says.
let's see, will Sarah Huckabee win governor of
Arkansas.
Arkansas? Arkansas is real red.
I know. Well, Jimmy Carter was from, no, he was from.
Oh, he's from Georgia. She might win.
That's what I think.
I really am upset that this says yes, but it's saying yes right now. You know, once we get down to the finals, then I do I have a sheet, I go through it, and then I post it so people can take that list and, you know, see. But I do feel that Stacey Abrams will win Georgia.
Good.
And
Yeah,
I feel Beto winning Texas.
good. Because I always see Beto holding a high government position. And yay.
When I had done before, I thought he was going to win his Senate. And then right in the middle on my show, I said, oh, you guys, my guys just said he's not going to win that, but not to worry. He's going to win something else. So I wasn't sure if it was like governor or president, but
Well, I see he is going to run for president at some point and win.
right. Oh, cool.
So yay. And I see Buttigieg is in another high office. And in our lifetime, we'll see a gay president. So that's good.
We will in our lifetime?
I think so. Our vice president.
Hopefully a woman.
Yes, that'd be better. Well, you know, in our lifetime, we'll see a woman president as well.
Yeah.
Now, it could be a woman president with a gay vice president, but we will see a woman president. Anyway, so Sarah Huckabee, but you know what's funny?
What?
At some point, I kind of see her as political dog meat anyway. I mean,
Oh,
even
you
if
do?
she wins, yeah. I mean, come on, she lied for Trump when she was his press secretary, and that's all going to come out about her, by the way.
Good. Good.
You know, Bill Clinton was the governor of Arkansas.
Yeah.
Well, that was a long time ago, but
Right. But it's very red.
it is.
There's
You're
just certain states that just aren't going to turn, but I do see Texas turning. I see Georgia. And I almost feel like thanks to Roger Stone and President Clinton, who want to get, not President Clinton, ex-President Trump, who want to get the Satan out of the way, some scandals coming up on him.
on to Satan.
Mhm.
Oh, a lot of scandals coming up onto Satan. And you know, I see a lot more coming out about Marjorie Taylor Greene, and also Matt Gaetz is going to be under indictment for having sex with a minor.
He is, and it's just everybody's so tired of waiting, and I understand totally. It's like when? We've been saying this. When's what's that guy from the post office? Well, according to Biden, you know, of course, the repopes are trying to stop any of the people they're trying to bring in. But apparently come this December, I think is the prime time for him to go.
Excuse me.
I actually thought he was going to go last December.
Excuse me, Linda. Lucky, Liza. It's the mailman.
It's the mailman.
That's the only.
Oh, guess what I got at my house?
What?
A mail truck parked right in front of my post box
My dog will be going.
because it broke down, and so it's been there all week. And I'm sure people are saying, why does Linda still have the mailman at her house?
Linda got a boyfriend. Linda got a boyfriend.
Scandal. Why is the postman still at Linda's house?
He has a big stamp.
Mhm.
Go out there and just do a little dance for him,
There you
girl.
go.
10 cents a dance.
I have a big neon sign that said Casa de Linda.
Entree. Okay, this is a really good one from Laura Wright. I love this one. Is the average, normal, fair-minded Republican sitting at home appalled or at least a little upset at how the conservative justices on SCOTUS have handled this abortion issue? Many Republican women have had abortions, and many feel women should choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of Republican women that are.
That I see Republican women who would vote for Trump that would vote no on this.
Right. I agree.
Because if you notice, Trump isn't saying a word. Why is that?
Well, Trump doesn't give one hoot about abortion. He doesn't give one hoot about anything. He just wants to hang on to power, and
Yeah,
if,
he'll
if
say anything.
correct, correct. He, how many of his, well, I mean, come on. Think about his past, and then you'll have your answer.
Right.
Okay. HH, hello, Mel and Linda. Will inflation end soon and will gas prices go down? Well, it's going to take a while.
Couple of months at least. It's
Exactly.
not a year. It's going to sort of, I see by the time of the midterms, it's gotten calmer.
This was a good one from Carrie Ann Baker. She goes, with a possible overturn of Roe v. Wade, do you see more women running for office in 2024? And is this the start of a more matriarchal rule worldwide? I think as a result of this, a lot of more women are going to run for power. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're right. They, SCOTUS has awakened a sleeping giant. Those were your words.
Those are my words. They messed up. And you know who knows the ship is going down is Justice Thomas. Not Justice Thomas, Justice Roberts.
Right.
He's in a panic about this.
It's really sad that, you think that the Supreme Court is sacrosanct, that nothing could touch it.
Right.
And we're seeing all this stuff coming out about some of these justices and how
they're bought and paid for.
How underhanded some of them are. And it really just nauseates me.
Yeah.
But it makes me want to scream and speak up a lot. Okay. Let's see here. This is a good one. I think it's JLK. My question is, what is the current situation with the Alabama prison guard and escapee? Has she come to harm? Will they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Has she come to harm?
I don't see that.
Is that what they said, though?
No. This was the question.
Oh, no, that's her lover.
That's what I think. I think she had something to do with it.
Yeah, their car actually broke down not too far from their escape.
They're going to catch him soon.
They're catching him for sure.
And
it's a love relationship.
And she's going to be in jail.
In jail too. It's
a
lover's destiny.
For 80 years.
Their fate is written. It was a stupid idea. I don't know what they were thinking.
It really was. Oh, this is good. Kimberly King. Hi, Kim. She said she looks forwards to our collabs. That was nice. She says, I was wondering if McConnell will ever be pushed out of the Senate.
Oh, yeah, when midterms come and he loses yet again.
Right.
You remember that look he gave when McCain came up when they were trying to get rid of Obamacare and he did the thumbs down, that look on McConnell's face? That's the only time I've seen him look actually sort of surprised or shocked. Pence was just coming in the door. And as soon as he saw McCain do this, Pence turned around and walked back down.
I got to do my Mitch McConnell. I'd just love to see him eat his Mitch McConnell words because
they honest to God must know that the numbers are working against him with this whole.
Well, when he said that, if they take over the House and the Senate, or if they take over the Senate, that there will be no Democrat nominee for this put on the Supreme Court. And I see him eating those words, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, I'm looking. Oh, this is good. Patty Palmer. She said she loves Mondays with Mel and Linda. She goes, what can you do for someone dealing with addictions? Prayers, remote healing. I don't know if she's asking if it's, somebody in her around her closely that has an addiction, or if it's a question for her dealing with an addiction.
Addiction is also a product of man, which we're all men, but we're human. But addiction is something that only a power greater than yourself can help you with. So it's a matter of them handing over the baton, so to speak. Take this sword away from me because I'm cutting myself.
as a former social worker, I think the best thing to do with that is to have an intervention with the person and get a professional to do it. And people,
Yeah.
say, "Well, that person will get mad." Well, if them getting mad, if the intervention saves their life, then it's worth it.
Right, but there's this one girl I used to read, and her boyfriend's son was horrible addict. I think it was heroin, which is one of the worst. And I mean, I saw that his lifespan wasn't long, and sure enough, he crossed. But they are in paradise then.
Right. Well, the
No,
addiction, it's just not a disease for the person who has it. It affects everybody.
everybody, your family. Depression can be tough. People get almost addicted to depression. I know
Well,
that sounds crazy, but
no, there are people that are actually, believe it or not. They're in the happy state of misery because look at the attention they get.
yeah, I've had to deal with the kind of step back from people like that, who is always something. That you try to tell them you have the ability, the kingdom of heaven is within. You have the ability to step out of this. Because I used to be addicted to pain and suffering. I always thought that was my fate. But when I had my awakening, I took a different journey. And oh my God, it's so wonderful.
I was the same way, years ago, because I was bullied growing up in the South, being gay and all of that in high school. And so, I just made up my mind one day that I was never going to be a victim again.
Good for you.
And, that's when I started learning about people taking their power back,
There you go.
all of that stuff. So, I mean, I still have the days when I'm depressed, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
But I just don't get hung up into it anymore.
But if these kind of shows, like I'm going to do some shows on depression.
Oh, let me know, because
And
I was hospitalized once for depression. So let me
oh,
know.
wow. Okay. And I'm going to do some shows on, right now I guess I'm so booked, but after June, my thing kind of changes and I'll be less booked through December. And I want to do some stuff on forgiveness, not paid classes or anything, just talking to people, just in getting things from people who are stuck to see if I can help them. So maybe we could collab on something.
Let me know too, because there's a Hawaiian thing called Ho'oponopono, and it's really neat. It's about forgiveness. So yeah, I was hospitalized once for depression, and I did a TV show about it. I wasn't ashamed to admit it because I thought it would help other people.
Did you have like a breakdown?
Yes, it wasn't a psychotic break, but it was just everything hitting at once, and I was hospitalized for 7 days. And
Were you thinking of suicide?
no, I was never suicidal.
Okay.
But that's when I made up my mind right then and there that I would never be a victim again.
Good for you.
Do I still get depressed? Yes. And I can't take the medication. It doesn't work well for me.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't get depressed anymore. I mean, I cannot go there.
Well,
And I used to be always depressed.
mine is minor when it happens, like seasonal affect disorder.
Well,
But-
I get depressed with like Ukraine, that kind of energy. Dear God, what's going on here? Can't you help these people? I get upset.
But doing this work, this psychic work and intuitive work has really helped me as well.
Yeah, it's helped me too. Everybody writes and says, oh, you've helped me. And little do they realize how wonderful and how, because it makes, when you're doing the work you should be doing.
Correct.
It's just this vibrational energy. It's like, okay. Because remember my guide said, you're going to do YouTube. I'm like, what, are you crazy? I don't want to do YouTube. And they said, Linda, you will help calm people down. And that's exactly what I hear all the time. So as long as I'm open and receiving information and putting it out there, it's from them and I'm the conduit. And if it brings peace, all the better.
Well, girlfriend, you'll be around a long time.
I hope so.
I remember years ago when I was a social worker and I met Peter Herkos. He was the psychic that worked on the Boston Strangler case and the Sharon Tate murders.
Did he hit it right? The Boston Strangler case?
They don't know. They still don't know. They don't know who did it. But anyway, he told me he had this heavy Dutch accent. I can't emulate his accent, but he said,
Oh, you had a reading from him?
I met with him.
Okay.
My cousin had a reading from him, and she and I were invited to California, and we stayed in his house. But he was phenomenal. I mean, anyway, he told me, you'll do your psychic work full time and get out of the crazy house where you work. And I was working in geriatrics. And he said, you're going to have a fire there. And I was like, oh my God. In geriatrics, that's one of the things you don't want to think of. And I
No.
got back, and a week later, I told the administrator, here's what Peter said. He kind of said, I don't know if I believe in that. And a laundress she put too much in one of the dryers and it caught fire.
Was it a big fire or just so-so?
It was so-so, but
Still, it was a fire.
it was a fire. And so
Very rarely do you meet those kind of jewels. I can be pretty damn correct too, but there are seers that I think are phenomenal.
he was good with retrocognition. I mean, seeing things that happened in the past.
Yeah, I can do that too. Yeah.
Me too. But anyway, he was kind of a mentor to me. And
Yeah.
so I just started, after that, I didn't listen to him in the beginning. I stayed in that for like 6 or 7 more years. And one day he just said, I'm doing my psychic work full time. And it was right after that hospitalization that I decided to do my psychic work full time. And that was a life changer for me.
Sometimes if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you'll notice you get hit a lot with depression and stuff.
The universe hits us over the head because we're not.
Right. I had to go through cancer to get there.
I had open heart surgery as a reminder. So
And listen, and then Patty McLean, who's now deceased, was that psychic that read me, astrologer that read me when I was in my 30s. And she just gave me everything, including when I was going to be in my late 50s, 60s, I would be sought after. And I'm thinking, what, Hollywood? What's I had no idea. She said, people will be seeking you out.
and that's kind of
Like a great teacher. And I'm like, I'm not really a teacher. And she also said I was going to have 2 more boys, maybe twins. And I was like, now she's really, because I wanted to have a tubal back then, but they wouldn't give it to me because I wasn't old enough yet.
right.
And I thought, yeah, she's not good. Boy, was she right.
That's what Peter told me. You didn't say about pregnancies, of course, but you're going to be well known as a psychic and da, da, da,
Yes.
and everything he said. I remember years ago, I had a friend, Gladys Lipnick, and she did horary astrology. She would cast the chart right there. And she goes, it shows in your chart that you're going to be doing a lot with television and radio and other kinds of media.
Which you did.
Which I did. And then it resurrected with YouTube, thanks to you. So.
And the YouTube, she felt like it was a television show, Patty did, because she saw me on the screen.
Right.
And YouTube wasn't around then.
Mm-mm. No. Nope. But you're right up there with Peter Darwin. So.
Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you.
Okay, so seashells want seashells. I love that. Seashells. This is a good one. Has Donald Trump ever experienced a spiritual epiphany? Either way, will he experience one regarding the pain he caused and the hate he spread throughout his campaign, presidency, and beyond? Will he fully understand the damage he caused before he leaves this earth? And the answer to those questions are no. He's the sociopath.
He's a sociopath. He doesn't think in those terms. It always comes back to him.
Right.
It's always about him. He can't think beyond that. He's actually sick.
He is.
There's a lot of psychiatrists said that he's crazy.
Well, I don't think he's crazy, but he's clearly a psychopath. He doesn't feel guilt, love, remorse. For him, it's about power and control, just like Poopkin. You know?
Now, listen, what about Giuliani? He was supposed to talk to the January 6th committee and then he changed his mind. I'm sure Trump got to him.
I'm sure Trump got to him.
He might have been sent some money under the table.
I swear either you're reading my mind or I'm reading yours, because I saw a hand under the table.
I saw a hand him like, he's like, well, you never paid me, so I got nothing, I got nothing to lose. And then I saw a little cash being handed.
Well, if he doesn't cooperate, he's going to be under indictment again. And, Giuliani's not out of the woods. He's going to be under indictment for other stuff as well.
He's the big part of why this even happened.
Oh, of course he is.
That book, Peril or whatever, they said even, what's his name? His son-in-law, Jared, and Ivanka and everybody was saying, somebody get Giuliani out of the room because he just wouldn't shut up.
Not to change the subject, but somebody's asking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I thought that judge might rule against her, but I was wrong. He did.
No, I felt like he was, She's a goner, but I felt like because the way he was treating her, it's the good old Georgians stick together,
Right.
especially the white ones.
But but I don't even know, they might primary her out. If she runs again, I don't think she'll.
Let me just do a quick 3.
But you know what? I saw legal problems for her. So maybe I was mixing it up because she's not out of the woods legally.
No, not with the
The
committee.
insurrection. And she lied about that as well. I don't recall.
I know Bobert's going. She could
Boebert.
very well go, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, good.
There's something else coming out about her. It could be from the January 6th commission, and people were like, we don't need that right now.
I
She
think
represents a small amount of Georgians who are mostly red.
I think she might have had something to do with telling those people where some of those rooms were.
That's what I do. That may come out. They may say, hey, and then we have, someone new to remove that panic button. Everybody knew where to go to that guy's office, the main guy, the one that told Biden to run. He said, I have an office with my name on it, okay? But then I have another office, has no name, it's more private. They knew, they didn't even stop at the office with my name on it. They went to the private office, they knew.
A lot of that's going to come out. My guides show me that Marjorie Taylor Greene at some point is going to be under indictment.
Okay, good.
And my guides tell me that she's got a lot of legal trouble. And I thought, a lot of times our guides give us the information and we're the ones that get it screwed up, because I thought when she was, going through that trial to see if she could run again, maybe I thought, well, maybe that's what my guides were showing me, but it wasn't.
Okay.
There's a lot more coming out about her. Okay. Paula S. Will the government do something about the hikes in utility bills I have been seeing lately? This is affecting natural gas and electric. Some of the bills have been double or triple to what I usually pay for these services. And I'm wondering if there is price gouging going on.
Yes.
So she's wanting to know if the government will do something about maybe putting.
I think they will. Once we get those repubes out, I see things coming up for people with this amount of income and breaks and more money. People will get more money on Social Security and everything. More money. They're talking about another 8.6% increase in Social Security next year.
I see that happening.
Yeah.
And I see like a ceiling put on utility bills.
Also, Biden plans to get rid of the marriage penalty on Social Security.
Wow. Good. Okay. Let's see. I'm still going here. We got time for just a few more. Give me.
I really want these horrible, like I see that poor Madison Crawford. He's a done deal. It's over for him.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Did you see him pumping his cousin's face? Stark naked. Oh, we were just playing. Well. Yeah, whatever,
right? Well, was he the one?
But that's the repubes that released that.
Was that the one that talked about the cocaine parties and stuff?
He got the kiss of death on him. They don't want him around.
He's going to keep talking. And at some point, they're going to start looking into that and finding out a lot of that's true, because a couple more people will come out and start talking.
Right.
So, okay, let me see here. Let's do one more. I'm just looking. Okay, this is a good one. Will Biden add more justices? And also, will he do away with the filibuster? Well, Biden can't do away with the filibuster. They have to vote that through the Senate. But I do see more justices. My guides show me yes.
Okay. I've often felt this weird feeling that Roberts maybe get really sick or get so upset, but he leaves during the Democrats owning being able to pick somebody else.
Wow.
I just felt that. It's like, you know what? I'm done. That's what I got.
Well, when you get those side takes, they're usually right on. So
okay.
Anyway, okay.
And I've often saw Thomas going. He might go up. I often saw Thomas going.
I see Thomas off the court and, with his wife Ginny and how he should have recused himself. That might, some of that, him not recusing himself wasn't necessarily criminal, but some of the stuff that he did was criminal.
Yeah.
And so I think he's just holding on until after the midterms, but I think he thinks he's above the law.
I do too.
But he's going to get bitten in the butt by that.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, my dear.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to go because I'm having my members doing a pick a card with my members.
Oh, good. I have to go to the eye doctor.
Oh, okay.
Hey, do you see? He's going to check these cataracts. One's getting really bad. Do you think he'll do the surgery? I hope he does because I want to get it taken.
Yeah, they're gonna do the surgery.
Good. I'll tell him.
It's in and out too. It's no biggie.
But not before Sedona.
Yeah, because I don't think you can fly. I think you have to watch for the pressure.
Well, I'll get it done afterwards. I'm not.
Let me ask you a quick question. Poor New Mexico is going through horrible fires.
Oh, wow.
What does your guide say about when will this finally come down, or will it? It's very dry and it's Armageddon winds.
Yeah, it was really dry out west, and there was a lot of winds when we were there. I didn't know there were fires in New Mexico. Here again,
Huge, bigger than the state of Chicago, the city of Chicago, they say.
Wow, that's humongous.
Yeah.
They show me the number 2. So it could be 2 days, 2 weeks. I think within a couple weeks because I see some rain coming.
Oh, good.
So.
Hey, listen, it's snowing 10 inches up in where Lake Tahoe.
Well, they need it because they totally need it up there.
We're supposed to have thunder and lightning today.
It's overcast here, but of course, this time of year in Chicago is always kind of chilly and rainy, but it's 72 today, so it's not bad.
Right. Yeah.
But those wildfires in New Mexico, it's the first I've heard about it, but I've been out of commission for less.
Yeah.
But I see the number 2.
I think it'll be 2 months.
I'm sorry?
I think it'll be 2 months.
Okay. I'll take that. I hope it's 2 days, but I don't think so.
Well, thank you, my friend.
All right.
Thanks to the audience.
Next week, your channel, right?
Next week for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, next week we're not in Sedona, are we? No.
No.
What's the date next week?
The date next Monday. Today is the 9th.
9th.
No, we won't
This
be.
is the 16th. Yeah, so we'll be on.
We'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we always like to do a little show from Sedona.
Exactly. And then we've got our Zoom meeting tonight. So.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, everybody.
All right, my dear.
Bye.
Bye-bye.